Why is Ricky Pearson not in the UFL right now? Why are there reports of blacklisting in the UFL? What is going on in Birmingham? What is going on with the league as a whole? The product is there. We've had really good last couple of weeks in the UFL. Make no mistake about that. But there is an underlying issue going on right now that is not currently being addressed in the UFL, but we're going to address this. Welcome on inside the Southern sports scene, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lucas Hill. If you are a first-time viewer, make sure you all do us a favor. Y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe down below. Turn on the bell notifications so that you are notified every time we go live, post a new video or post a new short here on the Southern sports scene. This video always brought to you by our good friends at FrostBuddy. Going over to frostbuddy.com. Use our promo code SSS15 to get 15% off of your first purchase on all things mugs, tumblers, cups, whatever it is that you want to get your day started with. Use our friends at FrostBuddy. Also going over to Chike Nutrition with 20 grams of protein, 1 gram of fat, 1 gram of sugar. You can get every day feeling like it is the best day possible and getting off to an energizing start with our friends at Chike Nutrition. Jamar Smith is a guy that I have been familiar with the last 3 years of him being around involved in the UFL. So our guy James Larson, who's a UFL insider for PFN, we'll get into him a little bit because I really like him and I really like what he's been able to do over the past couple of years. And so this news just came out with Ricky. So he put out a tweet that said this: I've been getting blackballed. I would love if the Stallion Nation could back me up, but I've had multiple teams that have reached out and tried to sign me, but the league isn't allowing me to play, but this is the league of opportunity. I have talked to James and I've talked to many other insiders about this particular situation. Apparently, UFL teams are saying that it is a medical issue. That is the underlying root cause of why he's not in the league right now. I have a feeling that it is so much more than that. Apparently, they said he failed a physical or something like that, but I do believe that there is something so much more than more than just that. There's been things that with Rapoli thinking that this is a good product. You know, when you talk about getting guys that were former NFL players or guys that are straight from college, which is what the majority of your roster is composed of, is washed up guys that played in the NFL at one point and are now trying to get their opportunity. But here's the thing. I don't know what is causing the real reason why Ricky is not a Stallion. I don't know what the underlying cause of that is. I don't know what all is going on around the league. Jamar is a guy that I've talked to a couple of times. I said, man, if they give this kid a workout, then listen, you have a guy that you're going to be able to put in maybe as a backup or even put him on the roster. What I do think is that Rapoli should come out and address this situation. He did it with the overtime rules, and he heard the fans call. They eliminated the rule. What happened the next week? Similar situation. Guess what? The overtime rule came into play, and it bit another team in the butt when Louisville and Houston played each other. That got Louisville's first win of the season. But it's the lack of transparency that we've heard from majority of the league. And it's weird that they're gatekeeping the why behind this as well. If Ricky was not good enough, then he wouldn't have been signed. Then he would be signed up. Then he wouldn't have been signed already. Ricky is a damn good running back. Okay. Let's not make any mistake and believe that he's not. Guys, he's one of the best running backs in the UFL. Make no mistake about that. It's not like his production dropped last year. He was still consistently one of the best playmakers for Birmingham. It's not like they went away from him. Hell, it's not like Birmingham's rushing attack is any better this year. Name me one star at running back for Birmingham. By the way, Ricky Pearson, CJ Marable, those are household names in Birmingham. People still talk about them to this day. I know guys that are around the Birmingham area that talk all sorts of great things about those two individuals. Guys from the Skip Holtz era. I get that they're transitioning to a new, shall we say, I guess, direction of where they want the league to go. But why do you want this league to go in a different direction? That's my question. Why? Why? Vets are putting butts in seats. That's why some of those guys go. UFL fans, look, attendance is going to drop this year because, with the exception of a couple teams, because, look, they're unfamiliar with the team. And if you're not producing on the field, a la what's going on in Louisville or what's going on in Houston or even in Columbus, fans aren't going to show up. That first game, boom, you had a lot of fans there in Columbus, and then bam, you get embarrassed by DC. Fans are going to stop showing up. That's the bottom line when it comes to this league and how everything has just been so weird. At some points in the season, Rapoli listens to the fan interaction and the criticism that he got on social media following the end of the first overtime game. Actually, this has happened before with Birmingham and then with Memphis this past year, where a game ends on a similar situation where they have a pass interference penalty. The 2-point try would be good, and the game was over. That was an issue last year. Then it happens again 2 weeks ago. And now changes have to be made. I'm glad that Rapoli listened, but there's a lot of things that he's not hearing from the fan base that realistically they want to have happen. They want to get transparency as to why a certain player is not getting signed. It's not like they're a criminal. It's not like teams are saying, oh, we can't sign him because of this, this, and this. And if that's the case, release the information. It's better to have transparency with your fan base than alienate them and say, we're going to withhold this information because we think that it's not necessary to release it to the public. Well, then why bring it up? Why are players going out on social media and saying we're getting blackballed? We're getting blacklisted from certain UFL teams because of history. Make it make sense, man. I really don't know where the league is going to go in when it comes to this. I really do hope that they recover because this is utterly ridiculous, man. Guys, thank you guys for watching us once again. Make sure you guys hit the like, share, and subscribe down below. Turn on the bell notification so that you are notified every time we go live, post a new video or post a new short here on the Southern Sports Scene. Y'all have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you soon. Peace.